Hello YouTubers, Dave here again. Today I want to install new leathers on my 2005 w220 s430 Mercedes. This is a facelift edition because it's 2005, and the leather in the driver's seat is falling apart. It looks like hell. There are one or two videos on YouTube that are very good, but I had a lot of questions when I watched all those videos, and I wanted to go through and do another video that was a little more exhaustive and actually shows what part numbers and where to get things and how to do it best. I'm going to try to do this as a very stepwise thing and show you the parts you can buy if in order to do the job. For starters, I wanted to show you my problem. That is what the bottom cushion looks like. Not in too bad shape on the bolster. And even the back is coming apart. Now the problem is mine has the perforated leather, as you can see. It has hard leather on this side, but perforated here. There's just no fixing that. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Now, the other issue that I have is, because this is a daily driver, I'm trying not to take the seat out altogether and disable the car for, 2 weeks at a time. Also, I'm concerned that something might break, and I want to be able to drive the car while I order new parts. So, today, this first stage, I'm going to work on the backrest, and I'm going to try to do all the work to keep the car operational. It may look ugly and it may have no leather and there may be parts taken off of it, but at least I want to keep it drivable for as long as humanly possible before I have to take it out and disable the car. Next, I ordered the new leather from a company called lseat.com, lseat.com, and I got the new black leather, and I got the all perforated leather. Might have been a mistake, I don't know. I think it's going to be okay. This perforated leather lasted 20 years, so I think I'm okay. Also, I like the look of the perforated, and I think it's good to have perforated leather for better ventilation and all that jazz than just the solid leather. You may disagree with that. L-Seat can sell it to you either as perforated or non-perforated. They have both models available. So here are the new leathers that I got from L-Seat, the bottom and the top, and you'll notice they're completely separate, which is important because that means I can do the back first before I attack the seat cushion on the bottom. So they're two separate jobs, which is good news for us because it makes it smaller and the car has to be out of commission for a shorter period of time. Now, as you can see, by the way, the quality of these is just fantastic. I couldn't be any happier. It is perfect. I mean, everything is just wonderful. The quality is over the top beautiful. And no, they didn't give me covers. I paid for these. I don't work for them. I'm just like you guys. I'm a regular customer. But I was frustrated trying to find any information on how to do this job. So that's why I had to, that's why I'm doing the video, and that's so anyway. And there are other manufacturers, by the way. There's lots of them. I just wanted to tell you where I got mine. Okay, so as you can see, it comes with these clips, these little channel clips here that go along the top. So those are all there, just like Mercedes. And there is a bottom thing here that I don't know how that works, but it's there. And also, notice it's got these little things in it. They're tunnels, and you put the steel rods in here, and then the clips clip onto these. So when LC does it, these are in there. Okay, so you have to take the rods out of the old one, take them out, and then slide them into this one so that you have the rods. So it does not come with the rods, but you got the rods in your old seats. Now, one thing I'm concerned about is, my understanding is there are clips along here that should be perforated, and I'm thinking that they're not. And that is a little concerning, but I guess we'll see. We'll see what that means. Also, notice this is padded. You can't see it, but there's padding here that's, I got to say, a 1/4 inch thick. It's very nice padding, and it's also ventilated. Okay, and the bottoms, again, on the sides, they're solid. In here, they're perforated, and you can get it either way. Again, here's where the rods go. And then there aren't any, oh wait, and you can't really see it, but there's plastic here, which I think is how it tucks under. And if you notice, there's plastic again here to tuck it under. So these come pretty well outfitted. It's definitely very much specific for this car. And it might even be, if I recall right, yeah, I paid about $350 for these. And I think it's for all models from 1999 all the way through the end of the run, which in California would be 2006. They stopped in 2005 in Germany because they started a year earlier. They're always a year ahead of us. Anyway, these are the leathers. I bought both sets because I'm stupid. I think the passenger side in the car is good, but I did it anyway. I don't know. Okay, next we're going to look at the fasteners. Now, in the backrest, there are 6 little plastic fasteners, and the fasteners are made of plastic and they're 20 years old. And if you've worked on these old cars much, you know anything that's plastic, any plastic clip is gonna break. So what I did was I got ahead of the ball and I actually ordered replacement clips, assuming they were gonna break. Now, they're not here yet, and they will be for you guys, but I ordered replacement clips for the backrest, and the clips for the bottom seat are different, but there's also clips for the bottom. Okay, now I don't know how well you can see all this. I'll try to make it visible, but underneath here there are screws that you take out the screws underneath here in the back, and to take off this back panel, this whole back panel comes out, and then you pull down, and there's clips that hold in here. So we're going to take that off first. Now, that's a quick job, and well, nothing's a quick job on these things, but the point is that I can take this off and still drive the car. Yay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull out the headrest, take the headrest out, and that's going to be a challenge all by itself. Then we're going to try to take out the headrest tubes. The tubes are about this long because they've got a tang that sticks out, a barb, to keep them from coming out. Push that barb forward so that these things can come out. Now, if I can get the back off and the seat out, headrest out, and the tubes out, I will consider that a good start to the project. But notice, the car's still drivable, and that's the key. The next thing is there are 6 tabs here, and I may go ahead and try to take them out and see if they break or not. In any case, I'm going to use the new ones when I get them, because, hey, you know, 20-year-old plastic is not a thing of beauty. We've learned that. Okay, as you can see, I was successful in taking out the back panel here. These screws are impossible to get to if you don't take it out of the car, but you can do it. The problem is that the cushion really gets in the way. You got to push that cushion out of the way. It's a T20 Torx. You need to know that because you can't see it. It's underneath there and it's hard as hell to get to. But I did get to it. It was miserable. The next challenge is getting the headrest out. Now, I pushed the headrest all the way up with the button, and it wouldn't come. I couldn't get it. I tried everything, and it turns out that you just gotta pull a little harder. And finally I went, it just came up. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, it seems like you have to do something to get the headrest out, but you don't. You get in the back, both hands, boom, and it pops. Take my word for it. Okay, now these two tubes are next. This may be a problem. Okay, let's try this screwdriver. Notice that there's the leather here, but I'm going... Okay, guys. I can't get it. So I'm pulling out the old razor. Now remember, since we're replacing all this anyway, I could destroy it, right? I know this is going to pain you to watch me cut the leather, but I've already bought new leather. Now, I don't feel any barbs. Oh, wait. Okay. Here's what I had to do. The barbs are on the inside. They're on the barb is here and here. So I did it with my hands. I just got my hand in there, and you can feel it. It's supposed to be on the back, but this one was on the side. And it takes almost no power to do it. I just went in with my hand and pushed it, and out it came, and you can see where it was positioned, pointing toward the passenger seat. And watch this. Watch how easy that was to push. Okay? I did it with my finger. Okay? So you don't use I didn't use a screwdriver. Now, let's see if I can do the other one. Okay, so I'm going in with my hand. And I'm feeling around. Aha! I think this one is also pointing toward the passengers. It is. Now I can feel it with my fingers, and I just released it with my fingers. Again, pointing that way, okay? Don't use a screwdriver. Don't fish around. Well, on my model, okay? So that was easy peasy. I could have done that with my eyes closed if I'd have known that it wasn't on the back. So just get your fingers up there and go. And I think it helped that I cut the leather. Now I'm going to put the leather back, because remember, part of our mission here is to keep the car drivable. Okay, a matter of fact, I can actually reattach these pretty easy. They just push in, and no harm, no foul, right? And that's easy to undo. Okay, hey, we got these out. Woohoo! So seat back gone, headrest gone, tubes out. Nice. That's job one. Now, I think if I'm going to get ambitious, there are, I don't know if you can see these, but there are these little white tabs. I hope I have something that'll work. If I do, I'll let you know what it was. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to take my S2 CRV square bit, and I'm going to see if this white thing breaks. And I'm going 90 degrees clockwise. And it just popped. Could you hear that? And out it comes. And there is the item. It just came right out. It didn't break. It actually works. I can't believe it. the second one would not come out. So I'm going to use a trim tool and try to just pull it. This is why I ordered the new parts. And eventually it did come out. Okay, so that's a strategy. So let's see how this one goes. Perfect. That one worked. And it had a very satisfying click. So I like that. Okay, now. Okay, so I went ahead and because of the angle, I got a swivel socket, okay? You got to get the angle right, and I think the swivel socket's the way to go. So now I'm going in here. There it goes. It worked. Bingo. Okay, now. Okay, now in theory, all of this will come off now. And should scoot forward. And I don't think it's held on by anything else at this point. Okay, so these are actually rivets. Okay, so we do not take this bottom bar out. In fact, so it seems to me that what has to happen is we just have to slip it over that little plastic piece. So I have to get, what's got to happen is this little plastic thing here slips over. It slips over this little lip. That's all it is. So I've got to get a little bit of slack here, which I can do now that I've already pulled it off. Then I could just cut it and pull it out, which I think I'm gonna do, because I don't care anymore. Yeah, no, I don't. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut this right the hell off. And here's the tab that comes out, right? Okay, now in theory, we should be able to pull it out. Now then, here's what the back of the seat looks like now. And since we've cut that stuff away, in theory, this should come out. And sure enough, it's not quite coming, but it's mostly coming. There's something catching over there, which I will go and see what that is. So I kicked the seat all the way back to see what's going on. And apparently, this thing is wrapped around a wire somehow. So I'm just going to cut the fabric and free the wire. Then we should be in business. Success. We can now see that we have taken out the taken the leather off completely, and the car is still drivable. Yay! You can see on the back. Now, as I promised, there are little rods in here, and they go all the way up. So I'm going to pull these rods out. And they have little loops on either end. Okay, let's string these beauties in. And it fits. Sort of. Okay. It's not going in easy. Let's try going in this way. Yeah, easy. Okay, down we go. And I'm going to leave the top of it hooked over like it's supposed to be so it doesn't fall down. Okay? So I guess you have to go in from the top, which is I guess how you're supposed to do it. I'm stupid. I tried to do it from the bottom, and the bottom actually is where it's supposed to stop. Okay, so this is a perfect fit. Once again, L-seat kicks butt. And I looped it over, if you can see there, so that this won't go anywhere. It won't sag down when we put it in. And you can see the back piece that we just cut out with the razor blade. So this has to be stuffed between the seats and cuffed in on that bottom piece. Okay, so mission accomplished in that the car is still drivable. Now, what I think I'm going to have to do is take this back off once I get the good clips. And I'm actually going to have to pull this all apart, and I'm going to have to come in here and clip everything inside, right? Before, I hope you can see that, clip everybody in early, and then after that, push this through. Now, what is going to have to happen, let's see what the best way to pull through that bottom tab is. And I have a suspicion you know what? I think this whole thing has to come off. And I think the bottom thing has to come through first. And get put, and I think you got to push through this guy, this bottom piece first, early, because you'll never get it afterward. Okay, so you have to pull that piece through on the bottom first. So it's like that. And then next, we're going to latch it over this little piece of aluminum here. That right there, it's going to snatch right in there. Okay? And you got to do that first because you're going to pull it snug from the driver's seat and pull it up tight, and only then do you put the rest of the stuff on. Okay, there it is. Whoa. I'm gonna tape this before I pull it snug from the front, because it wants to come back out. Slot it in, and then use a piece of electrical tape to hold it there for the immediate moment. And should be pulled tight now. Beautiful. Even if I had the clips, I still would have to do this operation first, put it in the back, but keep the flaps available. Okay, so let's put this up here And now we get to the stretchy part, which I'm not looking forward to. Well, I think I'm looking pretty good. And I'm not going to finish putting in these riblets until I have the actual correct poppers, which I will not have for a while, maybe a week or two.